Your Westland City Council meets on the first and third Monday of each month to conduct the business of the city. This includes paying the bills, approving purchases and contracts, amending ordinances, making appointments, and more. Sometimes it might seem that we approve or deny items without much discussion. Much of our decision-making process has already happened prior to the meeting. As City Council people, we have the opportunity to reach out to the administration in advance to ask questions and get clarification on what is before us. The purpose of this program is to go into a little more detail on some of the items on the Council's agenda that maybe didn't get a lot of attention on Monday evening. So today, I will be going over the July 15th Westland City Council meeting in this edition of Westland in Focus. The first item that was approved on our consent calendar was a request from the Westland Fire Department to hold their annual Fill the Boot fundraiser for Muscular Dystrophy Association. Each year, Westland's bravest are at the intersections of Ford and Wayne Road collecting donations from drivers to raise money for research and programs for the MDA. Last year, they raised $14,000 for the cause. This year, they have their eyes on a much bigger number. So they asked for an additional weekend. So the weekends of July 25th through the 27th and August 15th through the 17th. I encourage all of you to fill the boot for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. The City Council was then presented with a unique opportunity from Police Chief Kyle Dawley. He was approached by the Village of Pinckney to purchase one of their used patrol cars at a very good price for our city. The asking price for this 5-year-old Dodge Charger was $20,000. The patrol car has only 55,000 miles on it and comes fully outfitted for police use. According to the chief, outfitting a vehicle costs more than $20,000 itself. This patrol car will be replacing an older vehicle in the fleet, and the funds to make the purchase will be coming from the asset forfeiture, so there will be little to no impact on our budget. The last item that was approved on the consent calendar came from our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer, C. Pascal Eze. He requested that our City Council declare the last week in August each year as Women of Westland Week. The week will be used annually to celebrate the immense contributions of women to the progress of our city and promote their deserved dignity, well-being, and greater participation in civic life. In honor of this week, our DEI department is holding a special event right here at City Hall. Go to our website, cityofwestland.com, to learn all about the Women of Westland Ball that is planned for August 27th. Items on the consent calendar portion of the agenda are normally thought of as routine and are voted upon as one item. This is unless a council member requests to move an item to new business so it can get discussed further. That was the case for an item presented by our Parks and Recreation Department. We were being asked to approve with an agreement with Wayne County for improvements to Hicks Park, which will include the construction of 6 new pickleball courts and driveway improvements. One of my colleagues on City Council asked to move this item for the purpose of discussing it further. There was some concern about making improvements to this park when there were others that could also use some new amenities. Parks and Rec Director Kyle Mulligan stated that Hicks Park had not seen any improvements for many years and that the reasoning behind this request. The majority of City Council agreed and the item for the new pickleball courts was approved. The majority of items on the new business section of our agenda for this meeting were related to appointments. The first ones were to name a delegate and an alternate delegate to the Central Wayne County Sanitation Authority. For those that don't know, we are one of 5 communities that make up the authority, along with Dearborn Heights, Garden City, Inkster, and the City of Wayne. Together, this group of leaders manages the monofill located in Flat Rock and other operations related to solid waste disposal in these communities, including contract negotiations for landfill fees. The council approved the appointment of Mayor Kevin Coleman and Finance Director Steve Smith as the delegate and alternate delegate to the authority. We also nominated and approved City Council President Pro Tem Melissa Sampe and Councilwoman Emily Bauman as a delegate and alternate delegate to the annual Michigan Municipal League Convention to be held in September. This convention serves many purposes, one of which is to elect members to the Board of Trustees for the MML. There is also an incredible opportunity for training sessions and networking opportunities. The League is a great resource for leaders in local government, and I am sure that both of my colleagues are looking forward to the MML convention. Going back to the beginning of the meeting, we were given an election update by our city clerk, Richard LeBlanc. He shared that the relocation of some voting precincts will happen for the August 6th primary election. Due to some building improvements and projects that are ongoing in some of our schools that serve as polling places, some voters will be casting their ballot in a different spot for this primary election only. You should have received a card in the mail if this affects you. There will also be signage placed at the polling location leading up to the election. The city clerk's office will also be doing a public service announcement regarding these polling location changes. You can always go to the city clerk page on our website at cityofwestland.com for complete election information as well. These are just a few of the items that were approved or discussed at the last meeting of your city council. You can always view the entire meeting on our YouTube channel, and the next city council meeting will take place on Monday, August 5th at 7 p.m. in the city council chambers. You can view the entire agenda, including all of the supporting documents, by going to the Agendas and Minutes section of our website, cityofwestland.com. After the meeting, Mayor Kevin Coleman will be here to talk about the proceedings. Thank you for joining me for this edition of Westland in Focus.